So if you're looking to create some awesome professional looking content for not only your YouTube channel, but your social medias, then you're in the right place. Because in today's video, I'm gonna talk about the top 5 budget accessories for your camera, all under $100. Roll the intro.
Yeah. 9/11, I'm in the building. I fell in love with this feeling. I'm working, I'm never chilling. Hustle like I got children. You niggas sweeter than cinnamon.
Awesome, so welcome everybody to my YouTube channel. My name is Jorge, and my channel consists of anything related to business, entrepreneurship, self-development, digital/social media marketing, as well as the content creation, photo, video side of everything. So if you like any of that stuff, then make sure to subscribe to my channel and join the family. Now today I'm making a video that I feel like can help a lot of people. So let's say you're in a situation where you barely got, your entry-level DSLR. You got your first, sort of camera or setup. Start creating your content for YouTube, start upping your social media content. But you buy the camera, maybe you get a kit lens and you're like, okay, now what? Do I buy a microphone? Do I buy lighting? Do I upgrade a lens? Like, what do I get first? Do I get tripods? Do I get stabilizers, drones? Like, what comes first? There's so much gear in this industry, where can I start? So I'm hoping to break that down a little bit, kind of show you guys the fundamentals. We're not gonna get anything fancy today like gimbals or stabilizers or drones and anything like that. This is really the fundamentals and the basics and what you're gonna need that's gonna last you a long time, because we wanna make sure we buy quality items and products that will last us a long time, but also serves its own purpose and does its job as well. Also guys, before we get into the video, everything will be linked down below in the description. Now these will be Amazon affiliate links, so they won't be at any extra cost to you. But if you want to support this channel directly, I'd greatly appreciate it if you were to use those links. Like I said, everything will be linked down below. If you have any questions or your own sort of input on any of the accessories that I'm talking about today, you can go ahead and leave them in the comments below. So without further ado, let's get right into it. Boom, so number 1, and this is audio. I think this is one of the most important, if not the most important aspect of video filmmaking. So we want to focus on creating some awesome content with crisp audio. So typically you're going to get an onboard microphone with your camera. Now it's not terrible, but not by any means is it good. So there's so many ways that you can kind of up that quality. And the number 1 way, and probably the most common way, is to buy some sort of onboard shotgun microphone. In my opinion, it's the most common type of microphone that you can buy. Now I personally use the Rode Video Mic Go. Now this one retails for right about $100. So you can go ahead and do this right at the $100 price point. It does its jobs and it performs really, really well. Now typically there are gonna be something similar to this. You can have your body, the microphone obviously, and then it's gonna just plug straight into the camera with a hot shoe mount at the top to just mount on top of your camera. Now these are typically used by vloggers.
I had a meeting in Midtown this morning. Took the subway. I don't know, felt like a change of pace. I'm looking into this screen right here, and that way I can frame things up. I know what I'm looking at.
So run and gun shooters, right? So if you kind of want a more one-on-one or more close quarter style of filmmaking, you're gonna wanna probably invest into a good shotgun microphone. Like I said, everything is gonna depend on your sort of style of filmmaking. So if you really wanna focus on vlogs, I would recommend getting a shotgun microphone, as that's gonna be the best bang for your buck. There's tons and tons of options out there today on Amazon, but I would personally go with the top 2 options under $100. Number 1 would be the Rode Video Micro. Now I think it's a step below the microphone that I have, but regardless, it's gonna get amazing audio, way better than you're gonna get on camera. So that one retails about $60, and that's a very popular option a lot of people go with. Needless to say, it does what it needs to do. It gives you better audio, and for $60 you can't really beat that. The second option that you have is actually about half the price. This one, looking on Amazon right now, retails for about $30, 25. So this is called the Takstar SGC 598. Now this is the same thing, just some onboard shotgun microphone, and it just depends on what sort of you're looking for. I don't own any of those. Like I said, I own the Rode Video Mic Go, so I would personally just go with a Rode option. Rode provides some awesome audio equipment with great quality, so you can't really mess up there. But like I said, you have 2 options, one at the $60 price point and one at the $30 price point. So whatever fits your budget, they will both do their job. They will both be better than the onboard microphone you would get. Like I said, this is suited for people who are sort of run and gun, kind of want to be on the go, off the cuff, and you can have great audio coming from these onboard shotgun microphones. Number 2 is going to be some sort of lapel or lav microphone. Now, like I said, these shotgun microphones can go on top of your camera. They're very run and gun, but the sort of weakness that they have, they don't have much range. That's why it's kind of called a shotgun microphone, right? So the closer you are to the microphone on top of the camera, the better it's going to perform. So at this setup right now, I think this would be a little bit too far for that shotgun microphone to kind of pick up the crisp audio, and you'd probably hear a lot of the echo and the ambience and a lot of the noise. So what you want to do is invest into some sort of lapel or lavalier mic, and what that does, it clips onto your shirt, plugs in straight into your computer or an external audio recorder, and it's much more professional sounding. This is good for interviews, you know, sort of sit down things where you're not running around or moving around too much. And like I said, it's kind of one of the drawbacks with the shotgun microphones is you can't be too far away from it or else you'll kind of lose that audio quality. So I would recommend investing into some sort of lavalier microphone setup, whether that's wired or wireless is completely up to you. However, I will say the wireless setups can get very, very expensive, but I would just look into finding something that fits your budget. And I have one strong recommendation that I've been using for over a year now. So my recommendation, I'm looking on Amazon right now, it's for $17. It would be the Boya BY-M1 lavalier microphone. Now I'm just plug straight into your camera. So it isn't wireless. You get a really long cord so you can kind of go long distance, but for $17, you can't really beat the audio. I've had it for about a year now. As long as you take care of your things, it should do you just fine. If you want to do some more filmmaking, production style projects, you're probably gonna want to invest into not only a shotgun microphone, but also some sort of lavalier or lapel setup to get that more professional sound. Boom, so moving on to number 2, and this is sort of like stabilization / tripods, which is pretty much all it is. Now, I'm trying to show everything that I do have, but I am using a lot of it to film this because everything that I'll be talking about, I use about 97% of it. Pretty much a regular tripod is a staple in a photographer, videographer, filmmakers gear kit. It should just be something that you have. It's very basic. We all know what a tripod is. Now, what I would recommend is don't get the $20, $15 Walmart ones. In fact, this one by here behind me is a terrible choice. Don't buy any of these tripods. This one just came with my brand new camera setup. They threw in a whole bunch of free stuff, but you really want to invest into something quality. You don't want to invest into something that's going to break after a month. These things should last you a couple years at the very minimum. So tripod I am using right now is the Takama Flip Zip. Now it comes at about $40. What's really cool about it is actually not only a tripod, but it can turn into a monopod. Super, super high quality. Like I said, you want to invest into something that isn't crazy expensive, but can also have quality and last you a long time. It is a little annoying to carry around at times, and there are 2 other options that I'm about to talk about that are more lightweight, more portable. At the end of the day, it's a staple that you should have in your gear. Like I said, just a normal tripod. Now these next 2 are something a little bit more portable. First one I'm going to be talking about is the Joby Gorilla Pod. Now we all know what this is, especially Casey Neistat made it popular with his vlogging setup. It's this sort of bendy tripod that you see a lot of YouTubers have. It's very unique, it's very cool. It's just a tabletop tripod. It's very short, allows you to get some unique shots. You can wrap it around stuff. Like I said, you can get very creative with it, but at the end of the day, it's very, very short. So I wouldn't even be able to do something like this if I had a Joby Gorilla Pod, just because it's not tall enough. But I mean, it is good to have in your arsenal. Like I said, you can carry it around with you. It is very lightweight and convenient. And once again, if you want to go for that run and gun vlog setup, you're probably going to be better off with a Joby Gorilla Pod or a smaller sort of tabletop tripod rather than lugging around a tripod, like a full-size one all the time. The Joby Gorilla Pod, the one that I use, I think retails right about $30, but even the sort of high-end one retails at right about $60, I believe. So everything's all under $100. So great quality stuff. Like I said, you can get some really creative and unique shots with it. I couldn't recommend it anymore. And it's something, like I said, it's very lightweight, it's very portable. You barely even realize it's there, but it can become very, very useful at times. Third option that I have is the Manfrotto Pixie Mini. Now this is another tabletop tripod, sort of similar to the Joby Gorilla Pod. We have the ball head and the 3 short legs. This one's same thing. It doesn't have the bendy legs, it just has 3 shorter legs. You can also put them together and can use it as a vlogging setup. I know a couple people who do that. I will be throwing up pictures on the screen. And just remember everybody, everything will be linked down below if you want to check it out for yourself. But I don't personally own that Manfrotto little tripod. Like I said, I'll throw up a picture on the screen. You can see what it looks like. Same thing, it's pretty much just a mini tripod. It's very, very lightweight, very portable. Like I said, if you do want to get these little higher up, sort of head level shots, I guess you can say, you're probably gonna want to invest into an actual tripod just because these things, like I said, they're meant to be on tabletops, and that's pretty much all they can do. Regardless, you can't go wrong with any 3 of these. Like I said, I would personally just have a full-size tripod for whenever I need it, and also a small portable tabletop version that I can kind of just carry around, throw it in my bag, and if I ever need it, it'll be there. Number 3, now this is lighting. Now lighting is so important when it comes to filmmaking. A lot of people neglect it. It's a big part of how you can make things look better. So right now it is literally 11 p.m. at night, and there's no way that I would be able to get, you know, decent looking shot with how dark it is outside. So that's why you need some sort of external form of lighting. You want to be able to manipulate and customize your shot to give it a certain look. The first recommendation I'll make, and this is something I did, is I would purchase some sort of on camera small LED light. Now the one I use is Newer Photo Studio 176, if I'm not mistaken. It's a very, very small portable LED light, and I will also link the batteries and the charger down below so you can buy that as well. Very, very simple. You just put the battery in the back and you turn it on, you just hold on the power button, and it has a dial in the back so you can kind of check and move around the intensity of what sort of light you want. It's just standard LED light, and it comes with some sort of white film and like an orange film. And it's very, very lightweight, very portable. Like I said, you just mount it on top of your camera, you're ready to go. If you're just starting out and this is a sort of first lighting gear that you're gonna go after, you can't go wrong with it. Like I said, it's very small, very light. When you get into something more professional, you want to invest into some sort of photo studio kit. Now that's kind of what I'm using right now. I'm also using the Newer light to kind of give a little bit more light on this side. But on this side, I have a softbox, and the one I'm using is from Limo Studio. This one retails at about $60. You get 2 soft boxes on the stands and everything. Very simple, it gives off the professional look. Like I said, it gives off a ton of light. Now, like I said, I wouldn't be able to kind of get this shot at 11 p.m. right now, which is this small LED light. You kind of do need something that gives off more power outage, a little bit more brighter, a little bit more of a white, soft, professional looking light. Just to remind you, it depends on what you're doing. Everything serves its purpose. So like I said, let's say you're vlogging, and that's gonna be all the content is gonna be recording yourself. That's kind of be what it's all about. You probably most likely won't need some sort of softbox studio lighting setup just because you're always on the go running a gun. So just having some sort of onboard, just a small LED light would work just fine. So those are 2 options. Like I said, the Newer light comes at about $30, and the Photo Studio sort of softbox kit is about $60, and you get 2 softboxes, 2 stands, and you can't really beat that price. I want to talk about the last 2 pieces of accessory. That'll be a lot more quicker. And the first one that I want to talk about is this dual horseshoe mount. Now this is something that has saved my life, and I actually don't see a lot of people talk about this. I haven't really seen it too much on some accessory videos, so I thought I'd throw it in this one. So I've run into the problem. So let's say you do buy a sort of LED light, and then you do buy a microphone, right? So these both mount through your horseshoe. Now typically your cameras really only have one horseshoe mount. So what are you gonna do if you need to get good lighting and you need to get good audio? What are you kind of gonna do? So that's where this comes in handy. So you just screw this onto your main horseshoe, and you can put your mic and your lighting setup or whatever it is you need to do. Let's say you need to attach 2. They do sell different ones where have like 3, 4 sort of horseshoe mount adapters. Now this one was literally about $10 on Amazon, and this has saved me so many times. Like I said, just very, very useful if you want to use more than one piece of equipment that requires a horseshoe mount. 5th piece of equipment / accessories that can instantly just make your content a whole lot better are some sort of filter lens kits, right? So this one I have here, this one's fairly cheap with polarizers. What that kind of does, if you take a picture like the sky, it makes the blue a lot more rich. Kind of gives different looks to your photos and videos. So I would strongly recommend some sort of lens filter kit just to give your content a different look, and you can achieve certain styles that you wouldn't be able to do it normally. Now with that, like I said, they usually come with polarizers, UV filters and stuff like that. But another thing you want to look into that also falls in the same category is an ND filter. Now this is something I just ordered yesterday. So pretty much in short words, it is a pair of sunglasses for your lens. So let's say you have a lens that has a super wide aperture, like say the one I'm shooting on right now, f1.4. Right now I can afford to have that aperture all the way open and let as much light in. But let's say I were to go shoot during midday where it's super, super bright outside, and I have that aperture all the way open, my ISO is already down, I don't want to mess with my shutter speed, but it's still way too bright and it's letting in too much light. So I'm gonna have to close the aperture to like f4, and I lose that sort of cinematic bokeh depth of field. So what the ND filter does, the variable ND filter, is it pretty much goes on top of your lens. You can change how clear or how dark it is. And like I said, that allows you to keep the full aperture all the way open, so I can make it a little bit darker on the ND filter, but be able to keep my aperture open at 1.4 to still get that cinematic depth of field look, even when there's a ton of sun out. So I wanted to quickly throw in a bonus piece of equipment. Now this is something that I think is very, very important, because if you're going to be investing a ton of money into gear, lenses, all these accessories, there is one thing you also have to keep in mind: maintenance, right? So this stuff can get very, very delicate, and you want to make sure you're keeping everything in the best condition possible if you want to last it for a long time, right? So what I would invest into is some sort of simple, like camera cleaning kit. So typically they'll come with stuff like this. It blows air, so you can blow air with the sensors and lens and just the body itself. It can also come with lens cleaning fluids. It can microfiber cloths, brushes, like a whole bunch of stuff. So I would invest into some sort of cleaning kit. Now these pretty much can cost you 10, 12 bucks. You want to make sure that you're keeping it in good condition. So last thing I would recommend to just up your quality and up your content is to keep everything in the best condition, because that's also going to allow you to produce better content. Boom. So that's it. So I hope I didn't take too long. I hope you found some sort of value in here. Like I said, you know, I have a background. I do a lot of like the social media marketing, digital marketing side of things, but I also do a lot of the content stuff because I have a background in photo and video. And I know how important content is, so I want to be able to help people create better content, especially if you're barely getting into it. So like I said, everything will be linked down in the description. If you have any questions, you have your own personal recommendations on what accessories you recommend, go ahead and comment them down below. Also, let me know what sort of videos you guys want to see. If you guys want me to go to more social media marketing, digital marketing, all that stuff, or do you guys like these sort of photo and video side, or both? You know, let me know what kind of content you guys would see. If you purchase any of these items, let me know how they work for you down below. And if you have any other questions regarding photo or video, you can comment them down below, or you can reach out to me directly on my social media. I have it up on the screen right now, mostly on Instagram more than anything. So you can go ahead and send me a DM and we can talk and have a good time. So that's pretty much gonna conclude the video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe. And remember, don't let your dreams be your dreams. I'm out. Peace.